Hello, welcome back. Beef tenderloin with chocolate. You heard me, beef tenderloin with chocolate. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to prepare the beef tenderloin in a cast iron, 1.5 inch thickness. It's going to be beautiful. You're going to watch. But in addition to that, I'm going to show you how to prepare the chocolate too, so you can put it on top of the tenderloin. And you can prepare this. I'm going to provide some baseline and you do it the way you want. Free. My chocolate I'm using is powder. You don't have to use powder. You can grind it. Mine is unsweetened. You can use your sweetened. It doesn't matter. Yours could be sweet. What it matters here is that you don't want to overwhelm the tenderloin with all that chocolate. You just have to put enough so the taste is complemented. You still want to taste the meat, and that's very critical. I wanted to mention this in the introduction. But before starting showing you this creation, if you like the way that I approach things, in this case, a less than 1 gram of carb meal, or if you just want to apply as natural as possible ingredients into your kitchen, feel free. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, like, comment, whether it's positive or negative, I don't care. I'm going to reply to you in a respectful manner. But more importantly, make sure you share so others also benefit from the creations and the ideas. So go nowhere. Let's have some fun. Let's create. So this is ingredients you're going to need, at least for my version of the chocolate that you're going to be preparing for the steak or for the meat. I have some basil, fresh. I got a couple leaves and cut them, chop them. I do have 1 tooth of garlic, which I mince. I have about a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and 1/4 of chopped onions. I have a little bit of thyme, just a tiny bit. I have some chocolate. You can do the chocolate any way you want. I have the unsweetened one because I want to keep it without sugar, but you use the one that you prefer for your taste. This one is, as I said, unsweetened, and I have it in a powder version. You could have a block of chocolate and grind it up or whatever. I'm going to use just a little bit of ghee, clarified butter. And I'm going to use a tiny bit, less than a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. I like the Modena style H. This is a good one. And I have some red wine. I got this one. I still have some, so I want to use it. I got this one in Spain many years ago. This is 2004 Sangre de Toro. You can use any type of red wine that you prefer. So I have this nice looking beef tenderloin. It's thick. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a tiny bit of the fat out, because I'm going to use this for the chocolate thing I'm preparing to give it a little bit of flavor. I'm going to put it aside. And I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to put some salt. You can use any type of salt. Rub it around. And pepper. And you repeat the process in the other side. salt, I was a little bit generous with the salt. I don't care. And pepper. Generous. More with the pepper. So I'm using an electric stove. I have a cast iron. I had this cast iron for many years. This is water. I'm just testing how hot it is. What I'm going to do, because this is an 1.5 inch thickness, before I put the tenderloin there, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little bit of oil of your choice. I'll go with extra virgin. See how hot it is, how hot it looks. And let me move this around a little bit. There it is. And the amount is going to depend on how you want this cooked. I mean, this is a thick tenderloin. And this is a very nice one, no antibiotic, grass-fed, fresh. So I want to taste some of the redness of the meat. So I'm not going to burn it or anything like that. I'm just going to cook it to my style. A steak like this, you don't want it medium, you don't want it well done. You want it perhaps medium rare, or even, I think what they call it blue rare, which is almost flip, and you will eat it practically raw. The good thing about cooking in the kitchen is that you apply the same principle when you cook on the stove, you can apply outside. Similar principle, different timing, depending on how much heat you're transferring. So you'll be able to survive outdoors. I lower the heat a little bit to a couple notches, about medium. So I have this about for 3.5 minutes on one side, maybe 4. And I want to show you how crispy, dark it looks. Now you're going to put the other side. You watch this side so it doesn't burn. See how pretty? The heat transfer with the smoke is slightly cooking the side, but when you cut it, you will see how beautiful it's going to look. And I cooked the other side for about maybe 2.5, 3 minutes. So it took me about between 6 to 7 minutes, and using estimate numbers here. But I want you to look at the other side, see how dark and crispy. And I guarantee you it's not burned. So what I'm going to do, in fact, the meat is going to be nice. I'm going to take it out, put it in the cutting board. I'm going to let it rest for 5, 10 minutes, whatever amount it takes. So I got the heat medium, and I'm going to use a little bit of this ghee. And I had a medium for about a minute or two, so to make sure the pan is hot. What I like about ghee is that you leave it outside, you don't have to refrigerate it, so that's nice. And now comes the fun. So what do I want to do first? Well, first I want to put the little tiny trim of fat that I took from the beef, trying to keep the same meat. This option, you don't have to do it. But if you save trim fat from steaks or whatever, and you put it aside, you might be able to use it again for whatever you want to cook it. put the onions. See how nice it's looking? Looking nice, huh? Let me put the garlic, which is minced. And you don't want to cook this for a long time without adding other stuff because you don't want the garlic to burn. Oh, this stuff smells good. In fact, let me add the thyme to add more aromatics. Basil, fresh, sharp. This is a small pan, by the way. Look at my hand. See how it fits? It's small. You can use small pot too. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the red wine. You don't want this boiling. Just want to oil enough for you to use. Just want the flavors to mix. Move it around for a few seconds. Now it comes the chocolate. Add in the chocolate. Mine is unsweetened. Staying healthy, you know what I mean? See how dark and pretty it's looking? Let me lower a little bit, couple notches below medium. You have to make sure that when you add the chocolate, it's not, you don't want powder or the chocolate still lingering. You want to make sure you have enough wine to get things diluted. And I have Dutch chocolate, which is strong. You can have a more softened one. You can go with dark chocolate. This one is dark enough. Let me put a little bit of the balsamic vinegar. Those 2 cups is much less than a tablespoon. And a tablespoon only has 4 grams of carbs, which is all sugar. So you in essence are using about maybe 2 grams for the whole thing. But you're not going to eat the whole thing, you're not going to use the whole thing. So in essence, whatever amount you use, if you use half of this for your steak, it's going to become about 1 gram of sugar of carbs. Let me move the camera because I want to show you how it looks. See how it looks? How beautiful. And I don't want to make something sweet. That's not the purpose. We're eating steak. We're not baking a cake. We're eating steak. You just have to contrast the flavor of the steak with this. That's all. here we have it. So I added some pea shoots, a little bit of basil. Look how beautiful that meat looks, huh? It looks very beautiful. And the thing about chocolate and stuff, especially when you're using powder, is that it starts solidifying a little bit. So you just mix it up. And you put a little bit here. Just a little bit.